Okay, this is the P3 paper from January 2023. It's question number 2, and this is a trig addition formulae question. In particular, we're going to be simplifying a cos x plus or minus b sin x. Let's have a look at the question then. We've got, for part A, fx is equal to cos x plus 2 sin x. And what they want us to do with that is to write it in the form r cos x minus alpha. R cos x minus alpha. Now, hopefully you've practiced these, you know how these ones work. What we do is we say, okay, so cos x plus 2 sin x. Let's just expand the right-hand side. R cos x minus alpha, or cos a minus b, is cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. So using the x's and the alphas, that's going to be cos x, cos alpha. Just be careful about your handwriting here. They look very similar to each other. Sin x, sin alpha. Let's just tidy that up by multiplying that all out. So r cos x, cos alpha, plus r sin x, sin alpha. And if that's equal to cos x plus 2 sin x, what we do now is we equate the coefficients. What do I mean by that? I mean, we look at what's next to cos x, in this case just 1, and that's the same as r cos alpha, because that's next to cos x. We look at what's next to sine, which is 2, and that's going to be the same as r sin alpha, by looking at the numbers that are next to, the coefficients are next to cos x and sin x. So summarising that, we're getting that r cos alpha equals 1 and r sin alpha equals 2. Now, hopefully you practice these and you know we always end up with very, very similar statements there. If I call one of them equation 1 and one of them equation 2, if I now do 2 divided by 1, we get sine over cos there, the r's cancel, sine over cos, so we're going to get tan alpha equals, in this case tan alpha is equal to 2, so I can work out what alpha is. Let's just go back and check. Yeah, it will have said radians and to 3 decimal places. So in this case, alpha is going to be equal to 1.107. And if I want to work out r is always the square root of, in this case here, 1 squared plus 2 squared. 1 squared plus 2 squared, sorry. So that works out to be root 5. So now I'm able to say that cos x plus 2 sin x can be rewritten as root 5 cos x minus 1.107. Okay, so that's the first part done. Part B says gx is 3 minus 7 lots of f2x here. Can we use A to work out the maximum value of g, and then when that occurs, what the smallest positive value of x is for which that occurs? Again, this is a relatively standard piece of work to do here. If I've got something written in this format over here, this root 5 cos x minus 1.107, one of the useful things about it is if I want to work out the maximum value is root 5. The minimum value would be minus root 5, and they occur when cos of, let's do this, when cos of all of that is equal to 1, or when cos of all of that is equal to minus 1. So let's just check carefully what the actual question is asking us for. So B, it says that gx is equal to 3 minus 7 lots of f2x, and I want the maximum g. So if I want the maximum g, and I can get my function here, the minimum that could be is minus root 5. So by doing that, multiplying that by minus 7, in effect, is going to make g as big as it can possibly be. In terms of explaining that to the examiner, I might just say this: for max gx, we want f2x to be a minimum. And so gx is going to be 3 minus 7 lots of minus root 5 is the smallest value than that can be. It doesn't matter whether it's fx or f2x, it's still going to get the smallest value being minus root 5. The 2x part will come in when we're saying where it occurs. So in this case, tidying that all up, that's just 3 plus 7 root 5 for the maximum value. I think it does say something about, yeah, it wants the exact maximum value. So when is that going to occur then? Well, that's going to occur for the second part. Is that B or C? What does that say? B part 1 and B part 2. Okay, so that's B part 1. And then B part 2. When will that occur? That'll occur when this thing equals 1. But it's not cos x anymore, it's cos 2x. But okay, so that's going to occur when cos 2x minus 1.107 is equal to minus 1. That's what we want. We want that to be the smallest it can possibly be, which would be minus 1 there. So if that's true, 2x minus 1.107 is equal to, if cos is minus 1, the first value it will occur for will be pi. And it does say about that. I'll talk about that in a second. So let's just tidy that up. That's going to be pi plus 1.107. And then obviously x is just going to be that divided by 2, which comes to 2.12 if we do it again to the correct number of decimal places, in this case to 2 decimal places. So let's just make sure we're happy with that being the smallest positive value is the first. When you imagine what cos and what sine looks like, we want the first value as we're going across there, which in this case was going to be when 2x minus 1.107 worked out to be equal to pi. Okay, hopefully that will make sense to you.